time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself. Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. I guarantee you, I will reach you wherever you are. Be alive, somehow be alive for next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. It's my commitment to humanity. I'm going to empower, enlighten each and every one of you with the fuel and energy of the parallel universe. I'll infuse this intense supernal effulgence DNA, Tejas, Ojas, Kundalini Shakti into your spine to consciously lift you to Mahakailas. It is irreversible permanent enlightenment, irreversible power manifestation, irreversible permanent empowerment. Greater signs of life can be realized with a greater ability to visualize. Greater science is the equivalent word for Hinduism. When you understand the greater science of life, greater courage, more possibility, more fearlessness, more joy, more bliss. When you visualize Paramashiva with 25 heads, 75 eyes, 50 hands, your consciousness becomes ferocious, and that ability to visualize, you will get involved in everything deeply. Involved people are the most delicious, most sweet, most beautiful, most juiciest beings of planet Earth. I am your Guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashiva, I won't rest. Don't worry at all. To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all. The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower your depression, your frustration, deal your problems, whether it is simple headache or depression, or the worst suicidal patterns, or life negativity, only through consciousness. Don't go for any other solution. Don't keep stupid, toxic, life negative struggles inside. Your consciousness has power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. Develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness. Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. I guarantee you, I will reach you wherever you are. Be alive, somehow be alive for next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. It's my commitment to humanity.
I'm going to empower, enlighten each and every one of you with the fuel and energy of the parallel universe. I'll infuse this intense supernal effulgence DNA, Tejas, Ojas, Kundalini Shakti into your spine to consciously lift you to Mahakailas. It is irreversible permanent enlightenment, irreversible power manifestation, irreversible permanent empowerment.
Nithyanam, everybody. Welcome back. Let us now move on to the next segment. Nithyanam, everybody. Sorry for the technical glitch. Let us now move on to the next segment, which is going to be learning about the social media enriching and enriching. So let us look at the various methodologies through which you can receive the blessings of Devi Parashakti. So the first step through which we can receive the grace and the blessings of Devi Parashakti is a YouTube live. So you can go over to Kailasa's SPH JGM Nithyananda Paramashivam, which is the official YouTube channel of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, where the live stream is being streamed. And once you head over there, you can then go over and you can put your message under the chat section. And under the chat section, you can put your message or your questions to Devi Parashakti. The next method is through the Facebook platform. You can go to the Facebook official channel, official Facebook page of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, which is Kailasa's SPH JGM Nithyananda Paramashivam. And under the official Facebook page, you can go over and you can put your questions under the comment section under the live. The next method is the Twitter. So once again, you can head over to Twitter, official YouTube, official Twitter handle of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Search for @Nithyananda, which will redirect you to the official Twitter handle of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And from there, you can head over to the make sure that you're following, and the live stream, the latest live stream will be tweeted. And under the later live stream, you can comment down putting your questions to Devi Parashakti. And the fourth is the Instagram. You can head over to Instagram and search for Sri Nithyananda. And under the search, you will see the latest post that is there. And make sure that you're following. And under the latest post, you can put your questions to Devi Parashakti. And the next that we're looking at is using the kailasa.org, the official website of Sri Kailasa. So head over to kailasa.org, and on the left side, you will see the chat option that is available, which is chat on WhatsApp. So you can post your questions on your WhatsApp there. So let us now move on to the next segment where we're going to be looking at the offerings to Devi Parashakti. There are various pramanas, references that speak about how we need to offer various different things as dana. And here we're looking at one reference, which is from the Bhagavad Purana. Dharma yesha taya kamaya swajanaya cha panchagna vibajan vittam yamutra chamodate. One part should be used for dharma, second for yesha, third should be used for reinvesting and generating more wealth, and the fourth should be used for kama, and the fifth should be used for the family and friends. So the Bhagavad Purana very specifically says that 20% of what you generate should be offered as dana. The next that we're looking at is another reference from the Dharma Shastra. Grihe dashagunam danam goshte chaiva shatadikam punyatirteshu sahasram anantam shiva sannidau. Dana at the home yields 10 times as much merit as when made elsewhere. 100 times when made in a Goshala, 1,000 times when made in sacred places, and an infinite number of times when made in the premises of a Shivalinga, such as the Shiva temples. And next, we are looking at another reference that has been given in the Brahmanda Purana. Danam trividam anishtam jeshtam adyamam tatra naishwaryam jeshtam anishtam swartha siddhaye karunyat sarva bhuteshu samvibhagastu madhyamaha. So this is a very beautiful reference that speaks about the offering to Devi. It says dana given in order to achieve moksha is considered as the most valuable form. Dana given out of pity or kindness is considered of the medium, and it's also called as the daya dana. Dana given to achieve one's own selfish ends is known as the least valued of all. So let us look at the offerings to Devi Parashakti. The first offering we're looking at is the Ihundi, the offering of the Ihundi to Devi Parashakti. Bhakti Priya Bhakti Gamya Bhakti Vashya Bhayapaha Shambhavi Sharada Radhya Shravani Sharmadayini. Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be worshipped through true devotion and she removes all the fears. So this is a reference of Devi Parashakti. If there are any fears in the minds of the devotees, Devi will surely remove those fears. It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in the autumn, and here the autumn means the autumn of our mind when the thoughts turn inward and the role of the divine becomes known and understood clearly in us. Shambhavi means consort of Lord Shambhu, who is Paramashiva, and Sharadharadhya means the one who is worshipped by Sharada, who is Saraswati. Sharvani is the wife of Lord Shiva. Sharmadhaini means the Devi who bestows happiness on devotees. You can offer your gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti by offering your kanika, and your name shall be chanted out during the puja to Devi Parashakti. The next reference that we have, the next offering is the offering of the Sankalpa chanting, which is $1. Taya tanmohyate vishwam saiva vishwam prasuyate saya chittacha vijnanam tushtaruddhim prayachate. The goddess enchants this universe and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess being prayed upon without interest in anything gives knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in materialistic sense. This is from the Devi Mahatmyam, chapter 12. Offering of the Sankalpa, which is a conscious resolution, blesses the person who is offering with all the fruition of the desires that he or she wishes for or is yearning for. Next, we're going to be looking at the various offerings from gold, the various offerings of gold to Devi Parashakti. The first offering that we are looking at is, before we look at that, we're going to be looking at some of the significance of the divine element gold. Gold is present in all the secret scriptures such as the Agamas, Vedas, Shrutis, Smritis, Itihasas, and Puranas. In all the Hindu scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is the most auspicious and the purest metal which purifies our very being. In Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold, exchanged in gold, and ritual fees were offered in gold. When one was to be saved from life threatening illnesses, gold was offered as a ritual fee. Gold was in abundance and used for weighing equivalent amounts of commodities, including cows. Kingdoms were built with huge doors of gold, streets would have huge columns and archways made of gold, horses and cows were dressed in gold. The Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of the rivers of gold. The Indus River was called as Hiranmaya in the Rig Veda, and the river Saraswati was called Hiranyavarthini in the Atharvana Veda. The gold is a supreme element for offering gifts to the ones who you love and revere. Temples are constructed and paved in gold, deities are made in gold, digged in gold, adorned in gold, because it preserves the enlightened energy forever. The first offering to Devi Parashakti is the Sahasranama Swarnakasa, which is with the denominations of 75 USD and 121 USD and 251 USD. Namaparayana Prita, the one who likes the repetition of our various names. The Lalita Sahasranamam 731st verse says that Devi likes her name, various offerings. This is one of the 1008 names of Devi Parashakti. It's a very special and a unique archana that is offered to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. Offer a gold coin to Devi Parashakti to manifest any dimension or attribute of hers that you always wanted to imbibe in your life. The next offering that we're looking at is the Muktanguti. Mukta Harala Satkirita Ruchiram Purnendu Vaktra Prabham Shinjannu Pura Kinkini Manidaram Padma Prabha Bhasuram Sarvabhishtapala Pradang Girisutam Bhanirama Sevitam Meenakshim Pranatosmi Santatamaham Karunyavara. I bow to goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls and face shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of a lotus. The one who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, the one who grants all the wishes, the daughter of mountain, who is worshipped by goddess Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to that goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. Offer the finger ring to Devi Parashakti to receive the blessings and the healing with your mother. The next offering is a Swarna Padma Pushpa at $600. Ashtavidyeshwaropeta Kumbhavarana Samyutam Sarvasa Sutra Vastradhya Hema Pankaja Bhushita Sapidasa Chukrascha Pakabilva Phalaprabha Srapanadhyaya Samsiddha Pramanena Samanvitaha. All the kalashas should be wound around with suitable thread and covered with new cloth. They should be adorned with a lotus flower made of gold. There are hundreds of scriptural references for using the lotus in the worship of the ultimate. Almost everything in the worship of the ultimate involves the lotus flower, the leaf, pericarp, or the petals. Lotus itself is a divine flower. Whether it is for the consecration of the deities or the object of meditation or the mudras, asanas that are used, in every dimension, the lotus is involved. Offer the golden lotus of any size that you wish to express gratitude to the Tyaga and the sacrifice of Devi Parashakti. The next offering is the Swarnameti, the golden touring, at $750. Nakadhititi sanjanna namajjanna tamoguna padadvaya prabhachala parakrita saroruha. You whose brightness from toenails destroys the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your devotees who prostrate at your feet. You whose brightness from your 2 feet overpowers that of the lotus flower. The 83rd verse of the Saundari Lahari states that Devi's Parashakti's nails have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of the celestial beings who always prostrate before Devi Parashakti. Tamoguna is darkness. In this verse, tamas is indicative of ignorance in the minds of devotees, and by constantly prostrating before Devi Parashakti, their ignorance is removed and they attain knowledge. Offer the touring to Devi Parashakti, adorning her sacred feet to be in constant gratitude for receiving her blessings even during the most difficult times of your life. The next offering is the Swarnamankika, Sudha Sarabhivarshini, the one who makes the nectar flow in all our nerves from the Sahasrara, she who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. The Manktika represents the flowing from the Sahasrara chakra, which is fully open and bloom. Offer the Manktika to Devi Parashakti to receive the blessings of achieving a blissful state of overflowing gratitude and the space of complete compassion. Let us look at some of the offerings to the Guru. Napaduka paro manyo nadeva Shri Guru paraha nahi sakshat paradiksha na punyam kula pujanat. There is no mantra higher than Paduka, no god higher than Guru, no initiation higher than Shakti, and no merit higher than Kula worship. रिक्तहस्तश्च नोपेयत् राजानां देवताङ्गुरुं फलपुष्पाम्बरादीनि यथा शक्या समर्पयेत् एवं यो न चरद्देवी ब्रह्मराक्षसतां व्रजेत्. One should not approach the loyalty, the deity or the guru empty-handed. He should offer fruits, flowers, cloth and the likes according to his capacity. One who does not do so becomes a Brahmarakshasa. कोटि कोटि मंत्र जापात कोटि तीर्थावगाहनात् कोटि देवाचना देवी parashi paduka spritihi. O Devi, remember this paduka which yields infinitely greater merit than billions and billions of mantra japa, billions and billions of pilgrimages, and billions of worship. The Kularnava Tantra mentions this. The first offering that we can offer to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the Vastra Seva at $1,008. So head over to gateway.nithyanandeshwara.hindutemple.org/NHTLA, where you can register yourself to offer any of the sevas that we looked at to Devi Parashakti. And next, we also have the very, very, very awaited Paramashivoham Level 3 program. After 3 years, we had the first batch the previous month, and here we're going to be entering into the next batch, the level 2, and especially the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been in Samadhi almost over the last complete month, and he's going to be directly giving us the initiations and the various power manifestations during the Paramashivoham level 3 program. So make sure that you're registering for this program at kailasa.org/Paramashivoham and do not miss it. So let us now move on to the next segment of today's Bhava Samadhi Darshan after a short break. Please stay tuned.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. I guarantee you, I will reach you wherever you are. Be alive, somehow be alive for next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. It's my commitment to humanity.
I'm going to empower, enlighten each and every one of you with the fuel and energy of the parallel universe. I'll infuse this intense supernal effulgence DNA, Tejas, Ojas, Kundalini Shakti into your spine to consciously lift you to Mahakailas. It is irreversible permanent enlightenment, irreversible power manifestation, irreversible permanent empowerment. Greater signs of life can be realized with a greater ability to visualize. Greater science is the equivalent word for Hinduism. When you understand the greater science of life, greater courage, more possibility, more fearlessness, more joy, more bliss. When you visualize Paramashiva with 25 heads, 75 eyes, 50 hands, your consciousness becomes ferocious, and that ability to visualize, you will get involved in everything deeply. Involved people are the most delicious, most sweet, most beautiful, most juiciest beings of planet Earth. I'm your Guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashiva, I won't rest. Don't worry at all. To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. I'll swallow everything.
Nithyanam, everybody, welcome back. Let us now move on to the next segment, which is the glimpses of the glorious past on this day, the 29th of April. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, conducted a discourse titled Suffering Comes from Dilemma in Princeton, New Jersey, United States. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism began by shedding some light on the eighth and the final limb of Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, and specifically on the topic of Samadhi. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism spoke on the emotional intelligence and explained the relationship between our three main strengths and the significance of maintaining the sama or the balance. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism went on to state that we must find the middle ground and explained how we can balance our head and heart, our intellect and emotions. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism also shared some pearls of wisdom on how the external atmosphere can subtly start to affect the people the way we see. Let us look at a beautiful glimpse of this particular event from 2005.
ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Parts. 8 step means usually we understand one after the other, one after the other, the one after the other. But it is not 8 steps, it is 8 parts. All the 8 is supposed to be practiced at the same time. Ashtanga Yoga. Sanskrit word anga means part. It is not step. Today we are going to see the 8th step, important step. 8th part, important part. Samadhi. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. These are the 8 parts of yoga according to the founder of yoga philosophy, Patanjali. The 8th part is Samadhi. Let me translate that word Samadhi, then we will enter into the discourse. Samadhi means Sama plus Adi. Being one with reality, being one with existence, being one which was there from the beginning, which was there from the origin. It's a wonderful word. This one word, if we can understand and practice, it will straight away lead us to Samadhi. The very experience is expressed in this word, Samadhi. The experience, path, both are expressed in this one word. Samadhi is the word experience and path. You can just practice the Samadhi. After achieving the experience, what you experience is also called by the same word Samadhi. The path is also Samadhi. Path and the goal, both are Samadhi. How to practice this Samadhi and what we achieve by achieving Samadhi is what we will see now. Usually, always, people are either intellectual or emotional. They don't have the sama, balance in their being. People who are too much intellectual, they create trouble to themselves and to others. Logic always decepts. Too much of intellect creates too much of problem. Mahabharata beautifully says, there are
three kinds of bala, strength. One is Bahubala, means physical strength. Another one is Buddhi Bala, intellectual strength. Third one is Atma Bala, strength of your being. Compassion, love, and all these things. A man who has got only physical strength without spiritual strength, he will become a rowdy, criminal. A man, if he has got only physical strength without spiritual strength, he will become a rowdy, gunda, criminal. His philosophy will be might is right. If somebody has got only intellectual strength without spiritual strength, he will become politician. Only intellectual strength, no spiritual strength, means he will become politician. Of course, there are few exemptions, good politicians also. He will control them by making them feel that they are below him. And one important thing, when I said the word politician, it doesn't mean only people who are sitting in chairs and ruling, people who are in the party, people who are in the administration. People who are in the religious field also can become politicians. The so-called priests who create guilt in people and rule them, even they are politicians. People who have got just intellectual strength without spiritual strength, they start ruling the others either by creating fear or guilt. Politicians rule by creating the fear, priests rule by creating guilt. They create guilt. Again and again you are taught you are a sinner. This is sin, that is sin. One thing, if you look little deeply, whatever you enjoy, suddenly you will feel that you are doing something wrong. See your life. If you are enjoying something, suddenly you will feel that you are doing something wrong. As if something is wrong. From the beginning, you are taught all your joy is corrupted with guilt. From the beginning, the guilt is implanted in your being. From the beginning, you are taught anything joy, blissful means you are doing something wrong. Sad, morose face is okay. Just be sad, depressed, nobody will bother you. If you simply start laughing, everybody will go, what happened? What happened to you? Why? Why are you laughing? What is that laugh? Usually people inquire if you are laughing and jumping and dancing. But if you are morose, sad, that is considered as a natural state. If you are sad, depressed, it is considered as a natural state. If you are ecstatic, joyful, laughing, naturally people will ask you, what happened to you? Why you are laughing? What is wrong with you? We don't understand. Life is ecstasy. Of course, if you are allowed to believe life is ecstasy, you can't be slave. You can't be exploited. People who have got only intellectual strength, who don't have spiritual strength, they rule you by creating guilt in you. And one more thing, even the people who sell cosmetic products, they create a guilt in you that you are not beautiful. No, it's true. Unless they create a guilt in you that you are not beautiful, how can they sell their products? They can create market only by creating guilt in you that you are not beautiful. See, that is why they again and again do these shows, fashion shows, and Miss Universe, all these programs. What do you think they do? Unless you have a deep guilt that you are not beautiful, you will not go for all these products. Again and again yoga declares. The commentators of yoga philosophy, they say beautifully, you are beautiful unto yourself. There is no scale. How can you have scale? Where is the scale? No scale. God is not engineer. If he is an engineer, he would have produced two mold, Miss Universe and Mr. Universe, Miss Universe and Mr. Universe. Then he would have ordered, make this same mold 10 million people over. But he is not an engineer. He is a painter. He is an artist. He paints every one of us. He carves every one of us. That is why every one of us are so unique. So there is no comparison. There is no need to feel that somebody is beautiful and somebody is ugly. You are enough unto yourself. I tell you one important thing. I read a beautiful book on this healing on Dr. Louise Hay. She has done a lot of research and she has written a beautiful book. And I feel she must have had some spiritual experience. Otherwise she can't come up with such a wonderful ideas. I think she has done a big service to West by writing that book. In that she describes so many mental setups which creates disease in our being. Samskaras which creates disease in our being. Let me tell you something from my own experience. When you create an idea that somebody is beautiful and you are not, you should become like that person. See, male attracted to female or female attracted to male is perfectly alright. That's usual, natural. That's okay. But when some male puts a photograph of some male model and tries to become like him every day, doing some exercise, doing some gym, every day he tries to think, I should become like him, I should become like him. Or a female puts some female model's photo and tries to paint herself continuously to look like her. It creates a deep guilt in you, and gap is created between you and you. The deep gap is created between your body and your being. It's almost like a wedge inserted into your being. You become uneasy with your being, with your body. When you start feeling guilty, you are not beautiful. You should become like somebody. You should look like somebody. You create a deep guilt in yourself. Unconsciously, you start hating your body. You don't live with your body completely. You don't live with your body comfortably. You just start feeling uneasiness with your body. When you start feeling uneasy, uncomfortable with your body, the uneasiness becomes disease. The uneasiness, diseasiness with your body becomes disease. According to my experience, I worked with millions of people in last few years. I'm working with lakhs of people in the healing, in the meditation. From my experience, I tell you, the idea which is created in you that you are not beautiful enough unto yourself, that you are not beautiful, is the main cause for the cancer. When you start feeling that you are not enough, you should look like somebody else, you start creating gap between you and your body. That gap, that uneasiness, that uncomfortable feeling with your body is the root main cause for the cancer. One important thing you should understand, that body may look really beautiful, but you can't enjoy even a cup of coffee through that body. Even if you have to enjoy a cup of coffee, you have to enjoy only through this body. You have to enjoy only through your body. Can you enjoy a cup of coffee through somebody's body just because it is beautiful? No. Just because it is beautiful or handsome, you can't enjoy even a cup of coffee through that body. Be very clear, nobody is beautiful. Nobody is beautiful. Everybody is enough unto themselves. Everybody is enough unto themselves. You are okay for yourself. You don't have to compare. You don't have to think somebody else is beautiful. You don't have to feel that you are not enough. Be very clear. If God is an engineer, He would have created every one of us in the same mold. He is not engineer. He is an artist. So every one of you are unique. When the guilt is created in you, you are not beautiful. Only then you will start getting all the cosmetics, all the beauty products. To promote those products, that idea has to be created in you. All these people indirectly rule you. Indirectly, all of them rule you. The intellectual strength without having spiritual strength is a dangerous thing. Actually, I don't speak from memory. I speak from spontaneity. If somebody is speaking with mind, they will prepare their lecture, come and vomit. I speak from spontaneity. That is why every day, hours together, somewhere or other I am speaking. But so many new things are coming out, and I never feel tired. People ask me. One professor asked me, one university professor, American university professor, Swamiji, we speak. If I have to give 1 hour lecture, at least 3 hours I have to prepare. But I don't see you prepare. You just come and speak hours together. The workshops, meditation workshops, I'll be speaking maybe around 30 hours in 2 days. Hours together you express. How can you do it without preparation? See, if somebody asks your name, you don't need to prepare to reply. It has become your being. Anything which has become your experience, you don't need to prepare to express that. So now, whatever I'm expressing, and it has become my experience, so I'm expressing. I'm speaking from spontaneity. I'm not speaking from the mind. When you move around, when you disturb, naturally you disturb others' attention. When you disturb others' attention, naturally, I have to stop speaking. I have to bring you back to the subject. It's like a hump on the highway. It's like a hump on the highway.
Well, isn't it beautiful? Satsang by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. 29th of April 2006, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted a one-day Dhyanapurana convention at Seattle, Washington. The Dhyanapurana program, which is the flowering of the meditation, was a two-day convention. The meditation techniques that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism taught through this convention were made for the purpose of helping the delegates to unclutch from the shaft of thoughts and to create a space for the meditation to flower. And here we're looking at the 29th of April 2011, when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gave a very clear description about the body and health and how to come out of health, including the cancer. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism described how the mind, body, muscle, memory, biomemory, and cognitions are intricately linked. Let us look at a beautiful glimpse from that.
We'll work on the
after the initiation, I wanted first thing to be done is write concepts about health should get into your system. Please understand, I am defining your body. Your body is the vehicle for your dreams and your ornament. That's all. Just these two statements. Your body is vehicle for your dreams. For all your dreams. The dream may be related to relationships or luxury, comforts, joys, experiences, or enlightenment, whatever it may be. Your body is your vehicle for all your dreams and ornament. This is the definition of body. Health means the ability to fulfill all the dreams you are carrying in a very casual way without losing the quality of being an ornament. See, your body should be able to fulfill all the dreams which you are loading on it. Being an ornament for you. It should be an ornament for you, and it should be a vehicle for your dreams. That is what I will define as a health. I can say that this is the most crystal clear definition on health I have ever given. Just in two words, two statements. Your body is vehicle for all your dreams and an ornament for you. If it can fulfill all your dreams, being an ornament means undamaged. If it is fulfilling all your dreams, but it got damaged, it's not health. It should fulfill all your dreams undamaged. That's what I call health. Now, we will dig out all the health engrams you have. Engrams related to health, beauty, grace, or disease, sickness, illness, all that we will dig out. I want you to know basic few facts. Your body gets dismantled and assembled every day. Your intestine replaces itself once in, I think, 3 months. Your liver replaces itself once in 9 months. Even your brain replaces itself once in a year. Practically once a year, our whole body replaces itself. Your body gets dismantled and gets assembled every day. First truth. Please listen, later on you can write. This is the first truth. And second, the ideas you carry about you plays a major role in reconstruction of your body. Please understand. Every idea you carry about you plays a major role in reconstruction of your body. Every day, if you feel you are a wrestler, you don't need to do any workout. I challenge. Within 3 months, the body measurements will be different. I'm telling you, lazy man's way to build body. You don't need to do anything. Just contemplation. Only thing, one corner of your mind will be barking like a dog. No, how can this happen? I am not a wrestler. I can't even move one tumbler. What do you mean by wrestler? Wrestler means, you need to punch people. I only get punched every day. Just shut the dog. You say, that may be fact, but that is not truth. It may be fact now. That does not mean that is going to be truth for tomorrow. I know tomorrow this is going to be the truth. The ideas you add every day about you directly plays a role on your assembling. See, it's like when you get out of your house, if you are going to your office, you will carry files. If you are going to the golf club, you will carry that golf cart, golf bag. Where you are going, you will carry things necessary for that. Same way, every day when you come out of your deep sleep state, what for you get into the body, you bring that kind of a tools and weapons and assemble the body. So every day, the idea you have about you directly plays a major role in assembling your body. Your mind is you. If you change the mind, you are changed. That's all. Please understand. Your mind is you. If your mind is changed, you are changed. Means the new ideas with which your body gets assembled will be naturally new body. Now basically I want you to understand how to build a new body. And I wanted to program you for new body. Today and tomorrow I will work only on programming you for new body. Just programming you on for new body. Nothing else. Deeper and deeper and deeper, the ideas about you should become muscle memory. I can tell you, so many people I have healed from so many disorders, diseases, just by changing the idea about themselves. That's all. See, cancer is nothing but you strongly feeling life is bad. That's all. If somehow I am able to make your muscle memory believe life is good, immediately you walk out of cancer. I have seen so many people walked out of cancer. Just if I make their muscle memory believe, hey, life is good. It is not that bad as we think. It's not all corners are against me. But unfortunately, usually people's mind will not believe. So I will not work with the mind. I will work with their muscle memory. Now I am going to do that only. I will give some ideas for your mind, like a brain candy. Let it be chewing. I will work with your muscle memory only. See, all Upanishad is working with your muscle memory. Usually the ideas which I give, your mind will be chewing. Now I gave an idea. Your body is the vehicle for your dreams. Wow, what a definition. Your mind will be sitting with that brain candy. So I will do my job. See, that's all is the whole thing. When you are listening, wow, what a definition. Because this is the perfect definition of a body. Body is the vehicle of all the dreams you carry. Perfect. Your brain will be ornament for you. Wow, yes, it is ornament. It is hanging on me. This is just working with the brain. That is not really what I am doing. That's a brain candy. Really what I wanted to do is, this idea should become your muscle memory. Part of you. So that even while you are sleeping, in the dream, if a ghost comes and catches you, you should think, this body is vehicle for my dreams and my ornament. What this ghost can do? See, at those critical crisis, dangerous moments, if you remember these ideas, this has become your muscle memory. How many of you had a very shocking, shivering nightmare or a situation, automatically remembered me in your life, once at least? Then for you guys, I have become muscle memory. Then you don't need to be afraid at all about anything in your life. Already I have been rolled inside you. Like how they, inside the roti, they keep the potato and roll it. Means I have been rolled inside you. See, during some nightmare, or some snake chasing you in the dream, or some tiger chasing you in the dream, or some ghost pressing your chest, at that moment, if you are able to remember me for solution, for rescuing you, saving you, I have become your muscle memory. Where unconsciously, even unconsciously, you turn. Same way, these ideas which I am talking now should become your muscle memory. Even in unconscious, you pick up these ideas only for your life. You are able to catch it. Especially these kids. These guys are fortunate because all these ideas will get into their system. Now only they are going to build their body. Best thing is, these ideas should get into the system when you build body. I can say, if you have brought your kids for the engineers, understand, you have done a best thing for your child. You have done a best thing for your child. Because all these ideas will be injected into their biomemory. If you notice, they will not use their name. Did you notice? They are going through a special game. You see, just not using the name, they will start witnessing their body. Now what I said, your body is the vehicle for all your dreams. They will be able to realize it. That Ishwar, he broke his hand and came to me. I asked him, is it paining? No, Swamiji, I am penetrating and looking into the pain. No, I promise, he told me. He did not cry. We could not imagine it is fracture because he did not cry. Our Advait's son, Advaits were shaken because the hand is falling separately. It's a full fracture. That fellow did not cry. But in the hospital, the doctors have put the fear. You may have pain. Then he asked me, will I have pain, Swamiji? I said, do you have now? He said, no. Then how will it come after that? Nonsense. He is telling, I don't have pain. Why are you forcing pain on him? But finally the doctors have forced pain on him. Means he did not have pain, but they put the fear. When he came back, again I have to work with him 2-3 times to remove that idea. You will be shocked. That fellow is telling me, no, I am penetrating. He is not even telling I am. Ishwar is meditating and looking into the pain, whether it exists or not, Swamiji. Literally he said. And the hand is hanging. Not even band-aid is done. I thought, oh God, this is the best time we should video record it for engineers. But it was too bad, too much, so I did not do. No, its hand is hanging. He is telling, no, Ishwar is meditating and penetrating to see whether there is a pain. The idea about body, right idea about the body should become biomemory. See, if you become already programmed, then immediately we cannot change. We need to only do it step by step. Somebody was telling that they will not take painkiller. Who is that? You should take painkiller. I'll heal you, but you should go through the treatment because you are already programmed for that. Immediately I cannot change you. It takes little time for me. You understand? Ma, tell her to take all the medical care, whatever is required.
Yes, let us now look at on 29th of April in 2012. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism visited the Madurai Adinam, which preserves the blueprint of this enlightenment ecosystem through the sacred lineage of the pontiffs. The chosen emissaries of Paramashiva and Paramashakti, the pontiffs of the Guru Mahasannidhanam, are the direct embodiments of the cosmos. In this day, crores had gathered to celebrate his coronation as the 293rd pontiff of the Madurai Adinam. Additionally, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, along with the 292nd Guru Mahasannidhanam, gave a press meet to celebrate the glorious cosmic event. Here, we are on 29th of April 2014 when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted the Nityananda Yoga Convention in New Delhi, India. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explained the process through which the delegates of the program can begin to create new cognitions. Dropping anything which makes you powerless or brings conflicts are the key concepts, and Swamiji explained them using the four tattvas: authenticity, enriching, responsibility, and integrity. Let us look at a glimpse from this Nitya Dhyan Yoga.
We'll start the evening sessions, afternoon sessions. Next, we will work on the upper four chakras. We worked first on the three lower chakras. Now on the upper four chakras. Please understand, the thought current, thought pattern which stops the Kundalini energy in heart center is attention need. The throat center is jealousy and comparison. In the third eye, brow center is declaration of supremacy, ego. On the crown center, the thought current which stops the Kundalini awakening is a deep dissatisfaction, the emptiness. We will see how one by one each pattern can be broken. Please understand, this dissatisfaction and all, if you are trying to break that pattern by fulfilling whatever you think you need from the outer world, you will never reach anywhere. One day morning, wife started screaming at the husband. As usual, you idiot, you came drunk yesterday night. The husband is behaving very innocently. No. Who said I was drunk? No, I know. Yesterday, when you entered the house, you fell here, there, hurt your face, hurt your hands. He was telling, how do you know? I have not hurt myself. No, go and see the bathroom mirror. You have put the bandage on the mirror. Understand? He was putting the bandage on the mirror, not on the face. You trying to find satisfaction by fulfilling what you think is the reason for your dissatisfaction is nothing but putting the bandage on the mirror. Most of the time, instead of breaking the pattern of dissatisfaction, you try to bring satisfaction by fulfilling all the reasons your mind shows as a dissatisfaction. Your mind says, because I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this, I am dissatisfied. Then you start running to fulfill everything. You actually need to break that pattern of dissatisfaction. You are working in the wrong direction, as I said. You are putting the bandage on the mirror. Let us internalize how integrity, authenticity, responsibility and enriching can break these four patterns also. Please understand, I am initiating you into a new way of thinking through these internalizing sessions. I am not giving you do's and don'ts. I am not saying jealousy is wrong. I am not saying comparison is wrong. I am not saying jealousy is right. I am not saying comparison is right. I am not saying ego is wrong. Don't mistake me. I am not saying ego is right. I am not saying fantasy is wrong. I am not saying fantasy is right. I am not saying fear is wrong. I am not saying fear is right. I am not saying dissatisfaction is wrong or right. All I am telling you is anything which makes you powerless is wrong. Anything which brings conflict in you is wrong. Anything which makes you feel very victim mentality is wrong. How, with these four principles, you can break that and come up with a new way of cognition. So in these 2 days, I am not completing any program. I am initiating you into new thinking. So this time, you are going to sit with you when I give you the worksheet, internalizing worksheet. That is the time, actually meditation time. If you are sitting and talking to somebody, neighbor, making friends at that time, please understand, you are missing the essence of the program. You are going to sit with you when I give you the worksheet, internalizing worksheet. That is the time, actually meditation time. If you are sitting and talking to somebody, neighbor, making friends at that time, please understand, you are missing the essence of the program. Through these questions, I am guiding you into certain type of cognitive shift. Understand how this problem can be handled by integrity without uttering the wrong words, wrong commitments. If I live, will this problem be solved? If I become authentic to myself, will this problem be solved? If I become responsible, if I take up responsibility, how can I sort out this issue? If I start enriching myself and others with these principles continuously, will this problem be solved? How I can solve this problem? By enriching myself and others, by not giving up on me and others. Please understand, bringing you the cognitive shift is the purpose of this internalizing process. Otherwise, if I go on, sit and talk, it's like a Bhagavad Katha. People are very happy. Why do you think lakhs of people gather for Bhagavad Katha, but very few gather for meditation programs? Because in Bhagavad Katha, you don't need to do anything. And it is punya. You go and just park your body there, switch off, and mind goes somewhere. Think you sit and just mind goes wandering where it wants, and You are lost in some thinking. When that Bhagavatkara Vyas, who sits in the Vyasapita, when he sings the Arti song, Jai Jagadish Hare, you wake up and you wave with the Jai Jagadish Hare and the nice prasad, come back. Please understand, now the whole difficulty is I am pushing you to think in new language. I am pushing you to think in new cognition. If I can make you think to solve everything you carry, please understand, when you start living these 4 principles, you will have extraordinary powers. After that, I don't need to inspire you to live them. Just first 10 days only I need to push you to live integrity. After 10 days, you will start having Vaksiddhi. Your words will becoming reality. Then suddenly you will have so much of interest, power over the integrity. When you start living the authenticity, first 10 days only you need to go on expanding your possibility. And you have to take the responsibility of fulfilling what others expect from you. After 10 days you will see, whatever you think, just your inner space is making it as possible. It is just becoming possible. Understand, this whole organization I have created in last just 10 years. In 2003, I came to public life. I'm not talking for any pride or ego. I'm just telling you, stating you the fact. We have presence in 100 countries. We have centers in 100 countries. In 40 countries, we run ashrams. Thousands and thousands of people, full-time volunteering and spreading this message, mission, whatever is happening. This whole thing I have created in the last 10 years, I tell you, it is not because of this siddhai, that mantra, some jadoo, no. When you start living the authenticity, anything you want just becomes possible. The space of possibility starts expressing through you. You can never believe now when I say you can have Vaksiddhi. You may say, no. After 10 years, if I practice integrity, then I may have. You may be thinking, maybe when I am old, about to fall, I also may have Vaksiddhi. No, it is simply possible. Vaksiddhi means the words you utter will become reality. If you create the completion in you, by completing with all the commitments you gave it to you and to others, next 10 days, go around and call everyone with whom you have incompletions. Complete with them. Don't have these small complaints. They don't want to talk to me and all that. Take responsibility. It is you who want the Vaksiddhi, not them. When the Vaksiddhi comes, you are going to enjoy it, not them. Next 10 days, finish the completion with you and with others. When you complete from the childhood, all the people with whom you have incompletions, you see, if you gave a word and honored it, then no problem. Leave it. If you have not honored, call that person and remind him. When I was at the age of 7, I gave you the commitment. I'll buy and give you ice cream. I neither honored nor bothered to complete with you. Now I am completing. Please understand. You don't need to apologize. You say that various reasons it happened. If you feel like apologizing, up to you. Otherwise also you don't need to apologize. But making it very clear, you are responsible for every word you gave. If you respect every word you gave,
to others and to you, your word will start respecting you. Your word will start respecting you. You can have the Vak Siddhi in 10 days. I am not giving you any false promise. Please understand. I am not going to run away anywhere. I am in Bangalore and again I am going to come to Delhi. I am going to be again and again coming. I am not giving you any false promise. Of course, there are few devotees working very sincerely to make even ashram in Delhi. Already few devotees are working. I am going to be coming again and again to Delhi. All I am trying to tell you is, I am not giving you false promise. I am giving you the straight fact, simple possibility. When you bring the authenticity, your very muscles will start expanding and responding to your command. You will have your whole body under your control. You will have your whole body supporting your life's purpose. Now, your purpose is one and your body says, no, I am not interested in all that. I have already become old. I am retired. I am bored. You do what you want. I am going in this direction. That is going in one direction. You are going in another one direction. And that constant irritation, boredom you carry will be broken when you start thinking with authenticity. How many of you carry that deep laziness and boredom about life? Not you. Everyone carries that. Few people are lazy even to raise the hand. That is why they did not raise the hand. People who did not raise the hand don't think they don't carry the boredom and laziness. They are so lazy even to raise the hand. That is the truth. It took, I tell you, to break my fear pattern, it took only 2.5 years for me. To break my boredom and laziness pattern, it took almost 10 years for me. 12, I recognized that pattern. Only 22, I broke it. The laziness and boredom pattern. Such powerful pattern, you never recognize it. That's the most powerful pattern. It can be broken only when you bring authenticity into your thinking. Constantly deciding, I will keep me in my peak possibility. When I have done this, why not now? I should be expanding. Usually you will see your thinking is always only shrinking. Putting a very low level scale for yourself. Let me be very safe. I will do this much. Inauthenticity continuously keeps you as a slave. Authenticity makes you as a leader. So basically, the time I ask you to spend with each question paper, internalizing sheet, is to create a new cognition in you, new way of thinking in you. So please don't waste the time in talking to others or making friends. For that separate time is there. It's the end of the day, finally everything boils down to the words you utter to you and to others, and the way you perceive you and show it to others. That is where so much of serious transformation is required. When that is transformed, everything changes around you.
We listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism how the fear and guilt is what are deep hurdles in our life, and how the four tattvas can bring us out of these problems. Here we're looking at 29th of April 2015 when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continued on the Living Advaita series of addresses and initiations from the Upanishads. This day, the Akashic Revelations was a profound delivery of the Ishavasya Upanishad, the 10th verse, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revealed how the Upanishad rishis are divulging in the subtle difference between grasping and grabbing the truth through the context and act, and only by constantly keeping your seeking alive makes you grasp the truth by approaching the world. God and Guru and yourself, with tremendous love and patience, do not grab them, keeping a result or agitation or fear in the mind. He stresses the context of any action is key to seeking. When enlightenment is not the first priority, then it is not true seeking. Let us look at a beautiful Nityananda Times video from the 29th of April 2015.
சிந்தூரம் குங்குமம் செவ்வானம் அவ்வானம் திகழவர்
Pattabhishegam or coronation ceremony of Devi Meenakshi was performed on the 8th day of Chittirai Brahmotsavam.
சிங்கமல மஞ்சு பவளம் மந்தாரம் மழை நாளில் வரும் இந்திர கோபம் அவண்டூரு மலையின் அரவம் மான்மதம் செங்குருதி போல் மலரும் மாதுளம் மாதுளம் சிதறும் முத்தம் செந்தீயின் வண்ணமெனவே சொல்லும் மேனியும் செப்பரிய அழகு வடிவும் சிங்காதனத்திலும் சிவனார் மனத்திலும் சீர்கொண்டு இலங்கும் எனினும் ஈண்டாய் நின் பேர் சொல்லும்
Puja was offered and then Devi was coronated. மலர்கள் ஐந்தும் கனிவாயில் மூரலும் கருணை பொழிவிழிகளும் கனகமணி ஒளிரும் முடியும் ஈர்க்கும் சுடர் முகமும் இருவிழி கழிப்பயாம் எங்கெங்கும் காண அருள்வாய் இறைவியனை ஆண்டவர். Swamiji blessed the new building of Nithyananda Goshala. The building is part of the larger vision to preserve the fast disappearing native breeds of Indian cows. The Goshala follows traditional practices of nurturing sacred animals. All temples and ashrams have Goshala where people offer Godan to gain punya. Nithyananda Dhyanapitham also follows this time-honored Hindu tradition of honoring Gomata and provides opportunities for devotees to wash away their karmas by offering Godan. Swami Govind Ramanujam from Srirangam, Tamil Nadu, who was visiting the ashram, also was present during the ceremony. He also visited the Nithyananda Sacred Arts University.
Here we're looking at 29th of April 2016 when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism presided over the Living Shuddhadvaitam Convention in Ujjainadinam as part of the most auspicious and the holiest event of the Kumbh Mela. Over 75 million people had visited with the opportunity to have the once-in-a-lifetime experience of the most powerful energy darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and later to receive a personalized Kalpataru darshan where each and every one of the delegates got to receive the healing for their chronic ailments, boons, and blessings for many aspects of their life. Additionally, free Annadan was also served to all who came to the campus. And here we're looking at the 29th of April 2017 when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism facilitated a process to evoke the cosmic source of energy, the cosmic mother Adi Shakti, in a partaking session in this process. Whether in person or in online through this video, the power of the process is the same. This is so all the dormant powers can start manifesting. Each human has a divine feminine energy inherent to their being. It is such a precious energy available, yet unknown to most of us. It is like having access to $1 million in the bank and we do not know about it. When the avatar awakens this sacred energy, it's a completely safe process called the initiation. And here we're looking at 29th of April 2018 when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted the day 30 of the Ultimate Spiritual Mahasadashivoham program conducted on the beaches of Rameshwaram for all the Mahasadashivoham delegates. He also announced that the year-long Sadashiva Shaktipada Yatra to enrich the whole of Bharat by manifesting the Shaktis of Paramashiva. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism also visited the Ramanatha Swami temple, where he performed the 22 snans, the Navapashana temple, the Tirchendur Murugan temple, and several others. This day was also celebrated, the 10th day of the Chitre Brahmotsavam, celebrating the Pradosham in Sanghas around the world on this day.
षण्मुग षण्मुग नित्य सुन्दर षण्मुग षण्मुग नित्य सुन्दर षण्मुग षण्मुग नित्य सुन्दर षण्मुग षण्मुग नित्य सुन्दर नित्य शरवण भवो नित्य शरवण भवो गुरु शरवण भवो गुरु शरवण भवो नित्य शरवण भवो नित्य शरवण भवो गुरु शरवण भवो गुरु शरवण भवो मंगल गौरी शंकर नंदन मंगल गौरी शंकर नंदन मंगल गौरी शंकर नंदन मंगल गौरी शंकर नंदन नित्य शरवण भवो नित्य शरवण भवो गुरु शरवण भवो गुरु शरवण भवो
And here we're looking at the 29th of April 2020 when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted the day 9 of the Paramashivoham season 2 and presided over the 5th day of the Chitre Brahmotsavam, offering the worship at the sacred feet of Devi Meenakshi and Somasundareshwara in Adi Kailasa and all the other Sarvanya Peetams across the world. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism worked further on raising the consciousness of the delegates by bestowing them with the Sundareshwar Bhava Samadhi Darshan for the day. Contributing to over 108 humanitarian causes, the Sri Kailasas Uniting Nations, Kailasas Nithyananda Hindu University marked the Season 3, Day 9 of the Paramashivoham Convention. And here we're looking at the 29th of April 2021 when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had blessed the ambassadors and the delegates of Kailasa with the Shaktipada and Shaknipada and the life darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism blessed everyone with the Arulvaku, with the Parashakti Akashic readings, where the ministers and the ambassadors and all others of Kailasa had the rare opportunity to ask for healing, blessings, and answers to their questions by Devi Parashakti. Many grand revelations were provided by Devi Parashakti during these sessions, and this is one of the most powerful ancient processes from the Hinduism, where our brain neurons process the avatar who is embodying the divine feminine consciousness. So today we are here on the 29th of April 2022. So let us now prepare ourselves to receive the Nitya Satsang by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. I request each and every one of you to please sit straight with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. And let us chant the Mahabhakya as we prepare ourselves for the Satsang.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. The auspicious program, the Kailasa Dharma Jyoti Religion and Worship Award Ceremony in celebration of the Global Conclave World Interfaith Harmony Week. I welcome all of you for this wonderful program. Today, we are recognizing the great services, contribution in the field of interfaith harmony of 10 prominent personalities, dignitaries from various religions from around the globe, from various religions, various faiths, traditions. 10 people are getting awarded. I congratulate all 10 of them for their great contribution in the field of interfaith harmony. We start with Grandmaster Fabio Venzi from Italy. Thank you for what you are doing, and thank you for who you are. Bishop Dalton J. Harding, Secretary of Calgary Interfaith Council, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Canada. Thank you. We sincerely thank you for who you are and what you are doing. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being who you are. Sister Uma Devanath, Brahmakumari's World Spiritual Organization, Trinidad Tobago, thank you for who you are and thank you for doing what you are doing. Father Brian McWeeny, Director of Ecumenical and Interreligious Affairs for the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of New York, Catholic, United States. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Father Brian McWeeny. Thank you for being who you are and thank you for doing what you are doing. Reverend Hapin Im, President and founder of Faith and Community Empowerment, Catholic, United States. Thank you, Reverend, for who you are and what you are doing. And Pandit Sunil Seetal Maharaj, head and the spiritual leader of Ganeshotsava Foundation, Hindu, Trinidad Tobago. Thank you, Pandit Sunil Seetal Maharaj ji. Thank you for doing what you are doing, being who you are. Reverend Jambo Mullah A, Bishop of Christ Church, Nakasongolo, South Sudan. Thank you again for what you are doing and who you are. Dr. Murali Krishna Bhuvanagiri Sharmaji, founder and head priest of Sankaramatam Vedic Academy, North Carolina, United States. Thank you, Dr. Murali Bhuvanagiri Samraj Sharmaji, for being who you are and doing what you are doing. When Datuk K. Sri Dhammaratna ji from Malaysia, from Buddhist tradition. Thank you, Venerable Datuk K. Sri Dhammaratna ji. Thank you for being who you are and thank you for doing what you are doing. Sri Raksh Joshi, Chairman for Jagran Society of Calgary, Alberta, Chairman for the Hindu Society of Beaumont, Alberta, Canada. Sri Raksh Joshi, thank you for being who you are and doing what you are doing. I sincerely thank all of you for who you are and what you are doing. And I sincerely thank you all for accepting this Kailasa Dharma Jyoti Religion and Worship Award. Thank you, every one of you, for what you are doing to humanity and for interfaith harmony. Thank you for being who you are and thank you for doing what you are doing. Paramashiva's message. On this auspicious occasion, directly from Kailasa, religion is the science of consciousness and cosmos. It has two components, the pure science part and applied science part. All religions have pure science, like universal values, universal truths, time tested, foolproof, universal truths. Pure science part and applied science. How we apply that pure science in our lives. Some religions may have more percentage of the pure science, some may have less percentage, but all religions will have naturally the pure science, universal truths as their foundation, fundamental existence, their core component. If we all, religious leaders, spiritual leaders, if we all decide to focus more on the universal truths, pure science, and not have deep states influence in our applied science, not influence the deep state through our applied science, we will all transform the world in no time. We all religious leaders, leaders of faith organizations, religious organizations, religious influencers, spiritual leaders, if we all decide our applied science part, our organization, our faith infrastructure should neither influence the deep state nor get influenced by the deep state. And if we stop using fear and greed, any deep state strategies like a war, deep states desires to conquer a land, grab a country, being used as a tool for political advantage, if we all decide to keep ourselves away from it and focus on the pure science, we will transform the world in no time, I tell you. If we need to save the planet Earth for humanity, it is only religious leaders who can do, not by political leaders. Political leaders are going to care only about how long they can retain power. Political leaders will not bother about the world getting destroyed. Next day they get down from the power. That will be their agenda. Because only if the society and their nation collapses after they lose the power, they are going to go down in the history as the great leaders. See, after that great leader, the whole country collapsed. Every leader expects this statement to be written in the history, that after they stepped down, after they stopped ruling, the nation collapsed. So that the history will remember them as the great leaders. We should know it's only religious leaders who are going to feel for the humanity and planet Earth. It is we who care for the next generation. It is we who care for the world. If we all decide, even if it is little difficult, if we all come to the conclusion, it is time we won't allow the deep state's influence into our organization, and we will not allow our organization to influence the deep state. we will all transform the world in no time. And I tell you, we are all in a spot, in a situation where the religious harmony is not luxury, it's a survival need. It's a survival need. If we all just stick to our declared, publicly declared agenda without letting the deep state to put their agendas into our organization, and we not putting our hidden agendas into the deep state. That's more than enough. I feel that's a solution. Not only we will be able to keep the interfaith harmony, we can keep the planet Earth safe and alive. We religious leaders, we people of faith, we people of book and God, we people who look up to the higher forces for our existence and the planet Earth's existence. It's we all care for the continuity of the humanity. Continuity of the humanity exists on planet Earth. Political leaders will focus only on their branding in the history. They are not going to be bothered about the safety of the planet Earth or the safety of the humanity. So I feel it's all of us need to be responsible, that we don't allow politicians' undeclared deep state agendas penetrating into our organizations. Some of our organizations' deep state agendas not influencing, using the deep state of the nations. All nations have deep state. Let's agree to this truth. Let's not hide. Let's not be in denial. All nations have their deep state. Means the undeclared agendas of the politicians executed by few influencers who are ready to do any illegal, dirty work. All countries have the network of deep state, which does undeclared, non-transparent activities. If we religious leaders all come together and decide, let's keep deep state away from us, neither we will benefit by the deep state agendas, nor we will allow the deep state to benefit using our organizations. That's all. I think 90% of the problem among the religions, among the faiths will be solved if we just keep deep state people away. All of us religious people, by our very core, by our very nature, we love peace. All of us who are here, all of us want our library books to be straight, Some of us may not even want to change the location of the book. We all want, after our breakfast, we should be able to pick up the book which we want from our book library cupboard and spend time with our books, contemplate, meditate, do our personal spiritual practice, support our congregation to strengthen their conscious being. We all want this. Fundamentally, we are all peace lovers. That is why we chose religion. We chose faith as our lifestyle, as our full-time life. Not just career, as our living, as our life. We all chose. So it is we all who need to decide to keep planet Earth alive, peaceful for our next generation. For our next generation. My humble request to all the influencers in the field of religion and faith, heads of various religious organizations, my humble request, let's keep the deep state influencers and their agendas away from our organization. Let's make this one resolution. Fundamentally, deep state wants to use religion to expand their territories, to consolidate their influence over the common mass, control and manipulate the common mass. Let us not become part of the deep state's agendas. Let's keep ourselves to the pure science, the universal values on which we founded our faiths and traditions, and our declared agendas. No religion. No religion declares terrorism and conversion as their agenda. But the deep state influencers use religious leaders and organizations and turn them out in practical ground level life, use them, manipulate them for their agendas. If we religious leaders decide to God, our organizations saying no to all deep state influences and deciding we will not influence deep state. Let deep state want to expand their territory, let them use army. Let them not use
religion. Let it be a declared open war between one country and the other country. Let them manage their agendas. Let us not be party to the deep state's agendas. I feel even if few of us, handful of us, start setting a trend, we will not be part of the deep state agendas. We will not lose our conscious sovereignty, our allegiance to God, our allegiance to cosmos, our allegiance to the pure cosmic science. We will be more chaste towards that than the deep state's agendas, influences, and deep states interfering into our affairs. If we stop them and keep them away, not only we will all be peaceful inside our organization, we will all radiate so much peace. Bishop Dalton G is sending a message, beautiful message of peace and our shared desire of religious leaders to build harmony and work for the common good. Thank you. Thank you, Bishop Dalton Harding Ji. Thank you for your message. And I really feel we need to have a nice network who all say no to politicians and no to deep state influencers influencing religious organizations and using us for their agendas, hidden agendas. We should neither be vote bank for them nor be source of power for them. We should be source of power only for God. God is the only source of power for us. We should be the source of power only for God. If we all decide, we won't allow deep state influences into our organization, and we will also not allow our people to influence deep state. 90% of the world problems will be solved. So Rahul Aswani is asking what deep state means. Listen, deep state means in all country, in all nation, there will be a network of individual influences across the political party, right wing, left wing, judiciary, executive, legislative, media, across all influences. There will be individuals networking for quid pro quo activities, which is absolutely illegal, undeclared, sometimes even will be anti-national. They do anything and everything for each other's individual interests, undeclared agendas, non-transparent working methodology. They use everything. They use the gray area. Sometimes they even use the black area. They do anything to fulfill their interests and agendas
without being bothered about the larger interest of the nation, without being bothered about the cause, the idea for which the nation stands. That gang is what I call deep state. Deep state does not care about humanity. Deep state does not care about constitution. Deep state does not care about jurisprudence. Deep state does not care about law. Deep state does not care about society. Deep state does not care about nation. Deep state is more like a shadow government, and deep state does not even care about each other's interests after they are used. Deep state gets formed as a quid pro quo, supports each other's as long as the other person is needed. Once the other person's use is over, even the other person is discarded, flushed out. That's a danger of the deep state. Getting associated with the deep state is the worst danger in getting associated with the deep state is once your utility is over, they flush you out first because they know you know about their dirty work. Deep state exists almost in all countries. I should say almost in all countries. If we religious leaders, if we religious organizations, if we religious influencers, if we spiritual leaders, if we people of book, people of God, people of dress code, people of ropes, if we decide we will not allow deep state people to influence our organization, and we will not allow our organization to influence deep state people, we will bring so much peace, so much love, so much bliss to planet Earth. I also wanted to mention one more important truth. It's a little hard, bitter, but truth. Mass is losing faith on religious leaders because we are not doing what we need to do. We are supposed to maintain our allegiance, our integrity to God, our book, our rope, our declared agendas. But unfortunately, in practical life, when the mass starts seeing the deep state ganging up with the religious leaders and religious leaders allowing the deep state to manipulate religion, the mass is losing faith on the need of the religion and on the need of religious leaders. So we religious leaders need to wake up to this truth, rebuild common mass, common people's trust on us by proving that we are not part of any deep state agenda or any deep state influence. I request all 10 of us today who are here if we all form a core group and say no to deep state, we are open to associate ourselves with any transparent, declared agendas of the nation. We are not anti-national, we are not anti-social. We will collaborate with the declared agendas. Open, transparent, declared agendas of the nation is welcome. But we will not allow deep state influences to penetrate our organizations, and we will not allow our organization to use the deep state influences, because once we expect some favor from the deep state people, they are going to use us. It's going to be quid pro quo. Understand? I faced worst persecution in my life, multiple assassination attempts. My organization's infrastructures, temples were burnt, demolished, attacked. I faced lawfare, false accusations, scandals. I have faced so much, but I never allowed the deep state influences to enter into my organization, or deep state influences to sit across the table with me and negotiate. I said no. No relationship with the deep state influences. If I decided to have a negotiation with the deep state influences and settle, allow their agendas, I would not have lost what I lost. My whole organization would have been with me, but I would have been only the head of the organization, not the representative of the God. So I decided I'll be chaste to God than to the organization infrastructure. If we religious leaders, religious influencers, if we decide no deep state influence inside my organization, and my organization will not enter into any form of relationship with the deep state influences, with the shadow government people. I tell you, three things will happen if we all decide. One, we will all be peaceful with absolute certainty about ourselves and our life and our future. That's one. Second, we will gain the faith and trust of the youth, the next generation. Next generation is turning into atheist, materialist, anti-religious in alarming speed. More than the speed of the global warming, human beings turning away from God, religion, cosmic science, spirituality is the biggest threat, and the speed is much more than the speed of the global warming. If we decide to keep deep state away from us, we will regain the trust and faith of The next generation, youngsters, youth is no more interested in getting exploited. Youth is no more interested with people who are working with hidden agendas. We will gain the trust and faith of the next generation, who are the future of planet Earth. Third, above all, we will save planet Earth and humanity, the only home human beings have. The only home human beings have. We can't afford the deep state to destroy planet Earth. Actually, it is we religious leaders need to keep the check and balance. We are okay with politicians ruling the planet Earth. After all, they decided to spend their life on it, and let them rule. But they have no right to destroy it. They have no right to eliminate it. We can't allow that. We need planet Earth for next generation. It's only we, the people of book, we, the people of God, we, the people of rope, we, the people of faith, can keep planet Earth safe for the next generation. So I sincerely request all the influencers who are here today, let's form a core group with one agenda. We, the people of book, we, the people of God, we, the people of rope, will keep deep state away from us. No quid pro quo. No quid pro quo with the deep state. We will work only the transparent way with declared agendas, with people who are in real power. People who are in real power, the real president, real prime minister, who is constitutionally valid, real statesman with the real agenda in an open and transparent way. We will work only with real people, real statesmen, real agendas, transparent. If we decide only this one decision, all statesmen will have one layer around them who influence the statesmen for the vested interests of others and influence others for the vested interests of the statesmen. This network does anything and everything illegal, immoral, antisocial, to fulfill their vested interests and agendas. This is what I define as a deep state. That's all. That's all. I know I was too open. Actually, I took the risk of opening up and verbalizing this openly in a public platform. But I want to tell you, I have faced everything already. I have faced multiple assassination attempts. I have faced lawfare. Everything possible. With the grace of Paramashiva, not only I survived, Paramashiva protects me, and Paramashiva continues to make me successful and fulfill his agendas through me. Because of that, today I openly verbalized it. If we keep up the transparent declared agendas as our life, I know for sure we will regain the trust and faith of the next generation. Next generation can be part of religion. See, we are literally in crossroads. The majority of the next generation, the youth, is taking the exit from religion, exit from faith communities, exit from spiritual ecosystems. Because they are seeing our declared agendas and the decisions made in decision rooms are becoming different. The gap is getting more and more. We, people of God, we, people of book, we, people of rope, can't afford to continue to be in denial, can't afford to continue to be in the mood of everything is well, everything is okay, or one day everything will become okay. No. It's we, people of book, we, people of God, we, people of rope, we, people of faith, need to decide we need planet Earth for next generation. We can't allow politicians to destroy it. As long as politicians are ruling it, we are okay. But we should not allow politicians to destroy it. So we religious leaders, spiritual leaders, should create an ecosystem where we keep ourselves away from deep state influences. I lost everything because I did not allow deep state influencers to manipulate and use my organization. But I have God with me.
I am so peaceful and I feel I lived my purpose. I feel I have fulfilled my purpose. I have no regrets. I can face my God with tremendous peace, love, honesty, and integrity. I fulfilled His agendas. I worked only for God's agendas. Never influenced or allowed deep state to influence my organization. I can declare this with all my integrity to people and God. If we all show to the next generation, surely we will gain the trust and faith of the next generation. And we, the people of God, we, the people of book, we, the people of robe, we, the people of faith, we, the people of spirituality, we, the people of religion, we, the people who are believed, trusted by the common mass there for their liberation and deliverance. We, the people to whom common mass opens their vulnerable space called faith and trust. We need to work only for transparent declared agendas of religion and transparent declared agendas of nations. I sincerely request all the religious leaders, let's start forming the core group. Let's not bother about the number is too small. See, all great things started in a very small way. The strength of our vision is our real asset. The power of our integrity to our vision, the faith we carry towards our agendas, our vision, that is our real asset. With that, surely we can save the planet Earth together for next generation. We can save humanity together, keep them alive for the next generation. We should keep the planet Earth the only home human beings have, at least as on now.
Thank you all. Thank you for being here. That's all for now. Thank you. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhadvaita Saivam Paramadvaitam, the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa, Maha Kailasa, Paramashiva, Paramashivoham, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshయం Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is Science of manifestation is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. The Shastra Pramana, the authentic scriptures, Shrutis, Vedagamas, stand as the foundation for Hinduism. Apta Pramana, authentic, time-tested, foolproof compilation of the experience of the millions of sages, rishis, and enlightened masters, which is in terms with the Shastra Pramana. Atma Pramana, with Apta Pramana, a guru is able to experience and live the truth claimed by the Shastras. And Shakshi Pramana, manifestation and experience of the guru's initiation in a particular disciple of a particular lineage, which is demonstrable to the world. And Pratyaksha Pramana, having the truth validated by the scientific study. Bhagavan Paramashiva has given us all the pramanas. Pramanas are the evidences to understand the deeper truth of how we can manifest all this greater truth, greater powers in the physical reality, how beyond the mind we can experience the oneness with Paramashiva, manifesting all these powers. Now let's move to the Shastra Pramana. The Shastra Pramana, scriptural reference for Akashic reading, is taken from Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Vijnana, consciousness, Bhairava, one who experienced the consciousness beyond the mind, and Tantra is the method. For the power of Akashic reading is taken from the scriptural reference Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 84, Dharana 61.
The Shastra Pramana for the power of remote viewing or Akashic reading is taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 84, Dharana 61. Akasham vimalam pashyan Kritva drishtim nirantaram Shabdhatma skandana devi Bhairavam vapuratmayuat Akasham vimalam pashyam Adrishtim nirantaram Sabdhatma skandana devi Bhairavam vapuratmayuat. Bhagavan Paramashiva beautifully says, looking at the spotless infinite etheric space, Akasha, beyond the sky, the clouds, one should fix one's gaze without blinking continuously and making the body and the inner space steady and motionless. In the very moment, O Devi, one attains the nature and power of infinite space, Bhairava. Once Bhagavan's yoga guru, he caught him by his hand, the wrist, and pulled him. It was a bright late, a noon, and he was sitting in Kritika Mandapam, and he pulled him and said, look up at the blue sky, where there is no blue sky, and you will be able to look at the star. To the greatest surprise, Bhagavan looked up and actually saw the stars, and he did not see the blue sky. How is this possible? And is this possible? Absolutely, Bhagavan says, what we understand as the blue sky is only our perception. Our perception, what we think that something exists. If we understand that how we understand a dream, when we wake up, we understand a life is nothing but also a dream. Beyond that, there exists a space which is consciousness, which is the existential reality. But constantly we are deluded with what we are seeing, and it looks so real. But even we know that in the dark room, we are not able to see anything. Even though that is real, in the dark room, we are not able to see. Then what is that we are seeing is nothing but reflection of light. Like a laser beam, Bhagavan says, your whole life is like a laser beam what you're watching. And it's like a movie, but you get involved into all the incompletion, and then you get the power for it and delude it more and more and create all this negative pattern, whatever you're perceiving, and create that as your reality. It is who you are, the creator of everything. You're creating yourself into more and more chaos and mess. And Bhagavan gives a powerful space how when you watch the infinite sky, without blinking your eyes, you can go into that deeper space of oneness. And how can we experience that? Bhagavan says, especially when you do the fasting, the days that you're doing fasting, if you lie and look at the sky
and it is a samyama that he has given. Simply you'll be able to see beyond and the cosmic reality just reflecting in your inner space. Bhagavan Paramashiva here he says, without motionless, steady and motionless. When are we like that? Are we experiencing anything like that? Absolutely. When we are in a deep sleep, there is no random eye movement. Even the eyeballs do not move. You are having no input from outer world and you are in the space of oneness with Paramashiva. Or when you're levitating, your Kundalini energy is up, the same thing is recorded in your brain. It says you're in a deep sleep, but actually you are in the active space because you have gone to the deeper states of awareness and consciousness as your reality. And more residing as consciousness, the deeper space, who you are, the very reality that is created for you is becomes auspiciousness. Only you decide to attract all the confusion, chaos, and all the incompletions by constantly pulling from the past. Bhagavan says it's like if you drop your past, you can experience only that beautiful space of oneness. Past is nothing but all the incompletion, all the negativity that we are holding. And again throwing it in the future, we are creating more confusion and chaos in the future, which is creating more problem. But we remove that completely, remove the garbage completely out of your life. Decide to reside, only Paramashiva is real. Constantly bring that awareness to yourself. Again and again, Paramashiva is manifesting me drinking this coffee. Paramashiva is manifesting that I am watching the Kailash courtyard. Paramashiva is manifesting that this thought I am having about this office. Whatever you start experiencing Paramashiva in every word, every thought, every action, you will reside in Paramashiva and the mind will simply dissolve because mind has no bad narration about it and it has to dissolve. And you can have the beautiful manifestation of the spotless sky, that is the Akashic reading. On the Murti, you will be able to see the golden letters appearing, which you can write down and it will be perfectly correct. Bhagavan Paramashiva says how Ramanuja gave answers to the questions when asked. He said, all that he said was, I have no idea of math. Only Namagiri, the Devi that he worshipped in his local town, she answers everything and gives me all the result. Most of the theorems and most of the answers that he gave, they were not even able to derive it, but it was perfect. And they were so happy about the whole thing. And they always asked him how he was able to download. He just says, I connect to Devi. Devi shows me, I just write it down. And that is what is all the greatest mathematical details that has been downloaded on planet Earth through Namagiri that she downloaded through Ramanuja. And that was the greatest thing, the genius, and that happened on planet Earth. And he was actually a very bad accountant. Even a basic accountant he was not able to do. But he was called the greatest mathematician is because of oneness that he connected. And he knew whatever Namagiri can give, it'll be the perfect thing and it'll be brains like mind-blowing. And it'll be something extraordinary that she will download and give. All that he did was connect to her, download the Akashic records of mathematics and give it to the world. Bhagavan here says, has spoken so many topics for the Akashic reading, especially the death. These Akashic records are not just a satsang, but it is literally like mantra chanting. If you listen to the Akashic reading, it itself will remove all the incompletion. Bhagavan here speaks about the 4 types of death that a person can experience. The maturity in the death gives you a matured life, and matured life gives you the mature death, and going beyond death as living enlightenment.
Of Bhagwan's Leela. Now let's go to Akashi.
And wronged by the human society with immature ideas. These words should be repeated as mantras. So whenever you repeat a word again and again and again, not only the linguistic understanding happens, this forms the phonetic basis of your very thinking. When the great truths forms a phonetic basis for your thinking, it is called living enlightenment. So the seventh death, the seventh form of the death, which is beyond the dark night of the soul, happens as nibbana, nirvana, extinction of the individual deluded identity. The extinction of the individual deluded identity is the ultimate death, which is liberation and celebration. What you feel as your identity is your identity centered on the body, then oblivion is the obvious truth about your death. If your individual identity is centered on desire, guilt, pain, resurrection is the obvious truth about your death. If your individual identity is capable of going through the depression and dark night of the soul, reincarnation is the truth about your death. If your individual identity is prepared while in the body itself to go through even the depression and the dark night of the soul, unable to exist without the help of the body and mind, enlightenment, liberation and celebration is the truth of your death. So the death has a 4 different meanings to the 4 different levels of people. If you remember yourself constantly as the body, oblivion is the reality for you. If you remember yourself as the extended desire, inexhaustible guilt, unbearable pain, resurrection will be your expected truth about death. If you are able to enter into the depression and the dark night of the soul, reincarnation is the possibility of your soul about death. If you can stand all these experiences while you are carrying the physical body, unable to stand the ability to be without the physical body and mind through the unclutching, enlightenment is the equal word for your death. Enlightenment, when it enters into your system in the form of death, it is liberation and celebration. So death does not happen to all individuals equally. It is based on the standard of the individual. Death happens. Whether oblivion is your truth, resurrection is your truth, or reincarnation is your truth, or enlightenment is your truth, is your decision. It is the individual capability and individual's responsibility. When the quality of life increases day by day, the quality of death also increases. A man who feels connected to the truth of oblivion, naturally, obviously centered just on body, will not have completion, the complete feeling of life. The people who are in the middle level feel connected to the resurrection truth, the resurrection concept. That is why the mass feels very comfortable with the concept of resurrection. Very evolved individual, very few individuals feel the truth of reality of reincarnation. It is only very few enter into the experience of enlightenment.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained the 4 types of death, making us understand how we are living, from what context we are living. Continuously, we are living in the materialistic world, only thinking about the outer world. Constantly, 24/7, we are only living in the body. And nothing can be done except boredom, disease, death, and all the problems that we are facing. But if we go beyond and understand, it is like what we are going through again and again, that my life is full of pain and full of past, then we are only living in past and recreating that same thing. And that is what we are living the second life, that we know everything is there from the past and we still live the same way. But the one who is ready to go beyond that and experience the oneness with Paramashiva again and again, experiencing the deeper reality, is the one who actually manifests the reincarnation space and who decides and establish that as life. Then they go into the deeper space of living enlightenment that is current every moment, only Paramashiva as their reality. Establishing them again and again in that reality makes them understand and finally make them experience that they are the enlightened beings. Here we have a Shakshi Pramana of Tirtharupa from Dallas, who says, a few days back, while manifesting the powers of Akashic reading, the question I was trying to answer was, who discovered oxygen? And later, in few minutes, I got the name J.B. Priestley and spontaneously popped into my inner space when I wrote down, and later I googled. It was confirmed that Joseph Priestley was one of those who that discovered oxygen. This is amazing how just like that you get the name. You have no idea about anything related topic, but you exactly get the whole thing discovered. And here you can see the Balasans of Nithyananda Gurukul doing the Akashic reading. It was such a phenomenal thing. Every day the Balasans would sit after they do the puja for Bhagwan, and they would sit in the Chitsabha and look at the Chitsabha Nayakar, and the golden letters would appear on that, and they would answer all the questions online and physical to the devotees who come.
For this live relay of the Akashic readings, the cosmic archives being revealed by the bodies of the Balasans of Nithyananda Gurukul. So today we'll be taking a tour into this whole thing of the happening of the Akashic readings. Swamiji is continuously, in everyday satsang, he is delivering different messages, different truths, so that we all can start manifesting the powers of Sadashiva. So what you are witnessing right now is also one of the powers of Sadashiva. Here, Balasans of Nithyananda Gurukul sit every day and reveal the Akashic readings, the cosmic archives to their bodies.
There's a chance for you to go.
This whole session commences with a puja which establishes the feeling connection between them and Swamiji. Once this feeling connection is established, they become a channel for the cosmic energy to flow through them. Like how in today's satsang Swamiji was explaining that there is nothing at all in our life other than having the existential reality. That is, you are Sadashiva as your root cognition. You being grounded in that cognition.
Take legal action, you'll be able to win and you won't be able to go to prison.
Start living in integrity.
Yes. Means you go to the court and you have to prove yourself.
We have this Murti here where all the Balasans look at this Murti, look at Swamiji's Murti through their third eye, and whatever question they have, it just gets revealed. The answers for all those questions just gets revealed on this Murti. You may not be able to see this just through your two naked eyes. But once your third eye is initiated, and when you let Sadashiva to flow through you, the cosmic energy of Swamiji to just flow through you, then automatically, when you just look at Swamiji's Murti through your third eye, whatever question you may have, the answers for it just starts appearing as golden letters. Every day, tons of people come just to have their Akashic readings read out. Akashic readings are much beyond time. They are not bound by time. They are not bound by anything.
Now what what you do is, as what I see now is,
People come through online, they connect through online if they're in different
as
countries.
blessing from Swamiji.
But so many people come physically here to have their Akashic readings read.
Not,
It will become successful.
yes, we need to have a DTS session.
So beautiful. What are we going to experience now is we are going to do the Akashic reading of the simple scientific questions that we have. You can write down the questions, or you have a partner who can give you the questions, and you can scan and write down the answers, whether it is a formula derivation or some answers or the distance or for particular details that you would like to know the scientific answers, which you can Google and verify. Write the questions, few questions, and then after you finish the question, leave the paper and pencil and the gadgets, take a picture of it and just leave it. All you need to do is now take the Jnananjan, apply in your third eye and your temples, and sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring yourself again and again to the space you are Paramashiva, and bring Paramashiva to your third eye. Sit with 25 heads, 75 eyes and 50 hands. Become real with that, not just some words somebody is talking about. You becoming real with who you are as Paramashiva. What do you understand as Paramashiva or Parandama or Devi herself? How you're connected to the higher consciousness, what you feel that you melt completely and you can become oneness. Hold that space and unclutch from anything that you are thinking. Bhagavan says thinking is just a lie. It is not, you are engaging in it. You have decided to engage and you're constantly engaging. If you decide to engage in some other thing, you will be doing that. So it's an action. You can stop it. All you need to do is dissolve into Paramashiva by dropping all that engagement and only engaging yourself by seeing yourself as Paramashiva. For a few minutes, very clearly decide, I am Paramashiva and I see myself with 25 heads and 75 eyes and 50 hands, seeing and manifesting and creating my reality. All the abundance, auspiciousness and bliss is happening in me as Paramashiva's gift through me. Every word, every thought is a blessing of Kailasha's gift, which is Paramashiva manifesting in me. And I see all this and chant the Mahavakya, not from my mouth or just words, but from my very being. I chant the Mahavakya. And with a deep listening, I experience the oneness with Paramashiva. In deep gratitude, in bliss, all this mind does not understand. All you need to do is hold that oneness space and continuously chant the Mahavakya and dissolve into Paramashiva, experiencing the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And whatever appears in golden letters or on Paramashiva or in your third eye, write that down. And at the end of the session, we will verify whatever Paramashiva shows. The minute you're thinking, is it my mind giving the answer or it is Paramashiva? Be very clear, mind will not do anything except give negative narration. So drop the mind and only hold Paramashiva is real. I am melting in Paramashiva. Whatever Paramashiva gives me, I am ready to experience that oneness. And ask Paramashiva to reveal all this, simply he will reveal. Now let's start chanting the Mahavakya with a deep listening, manifesting the powers of Akashic reading, writing down the scientific details for the questions.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Slowly, very slowly, open your eyes. Whatever prasada that Bhagavan has given, that you have written it down, go ahead and verify the detail in Google or with your partner authentically that the answers or the descriptions that you've written is exactly correct, and take a picture of that and please go ahead and share that in tinyurl.com/powermanifestation or in your social media and tag it to your friends and families. Again and again, all this contributing to your families and friends, you becoming the whole. It is all about how you are thinking you are something away from the whole and you're struggling and contributing to others' life, constantly understanding that causing is nothing but our own self, giving the gifts to everybody what we have cherished, that Paramashiva is real. How Bhagavan beautifully said, even for 11 Shanas, you are in the no thought zone. You can penetrate into the future and create what you want as a reality. And causing others into that space by making them attend more and more satsang, power manifestation, and making them experience it's a possibility in every person that they can raise themselves as consciousness. When you cause others, you yourself are more and more manifesting the higher dimensions. And you get grounded that Paramashiva is real. You start understanding everybody, everything is part of you. Go on causing others. That is why Bhagavan says extreme causing is extreme power manifestation, and extreme manifestation is extreme causing. Because more and more you cause, you manifest powers, and more you manifest powers, you get into this such a space of oneness, causing others into healing. They can come and sit and so much of healing happens. They can just come and sit and they can cause their reality just by listening to the whole pramanas. All this greater science is evolving and manifesting in you when you understand you are a whole. You're not just a part. So make sure you share all this, and whatever you're sharing, be very clear. Even a simple statement that you share goes to hundreds of people. And we have seen if you put the picture with the detail, it goes to thousands of people who are waiting for all this knowledge. So you enriching a very large amount of people every single day by sharing all this great science with the world. So now let's surrender all this powerful cognition, power manifestation at Bhagavan's lotus feet in deep gratitude, thanking Bhagavan for making us understand this deeper and deeper science and making us experience the gifts from Kailasha in our physical reality. And thanking all of you in all the social media manifesting the powers of Paramashiva and sharing all this to the world. Thank you so much for being here. And with that, let's come to the end of the session. Let's hold the powerful space. Paramashiva is real in my thought, word, and action. And Paramashiva is manifesting in me throughout the day, in everyone I see as Paramashiva, holding this powerful cognition, ending the session with the Purna Mantra.
Let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring Paramashiva to your third eye and chant the Purna mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much for being here. After the next darshan or satsang, more Kailash Courtyard manifesting power, more powers we can manifest. See you then. Thank you, Nityanandam.